In practice, first design a gear and then you get a conveyor belt for it. But sometimes life does so that you're stuck the other way around. Have a conveyor belt and you want a gearbox. Stay with me now. In order to make a working gearbox, we must first dimension our conveyor belt. And what I mean by that is dimensioning the solid part which will be sinking into the gear. In our case, that was 8 millimeters. Now I take that 8 millimeters and on my preset sizes that I have for gears, which is 1.5 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters, and 3.5 centimeters, I add half of that, which is 4 millimeters to each one of them. That is to account for sinking that the gears will experience. Then I go ahead and draw my gears, the circles, and then I make smaller circles which are 4 millimeter in radius. These small circles, although you can only see one on each bigger circle, will be repeated at an angle of 36.87 degrees, which was calculated experimentally by very accurate techniques, which consisted of me putting a conveyor belt on the paper and trying to eyeball the distances and whatnot. But it is pretty accurate because I checked. And now, please enjoy my over time-lapse working process. That's what I was saying, with Frank Ocean playing in the background.
I thought that I was dreaming when you said you loved me. The start of nothing, I had no chance to prepare, I couldn't see you coming. The start of nothing, ooh, I could hate you now. It's quite alright to hate me now, when we both know that deep down, the feeling still deep down is good. If I could see the walls up.
What you see before you is the designing process of gear number 2. Gear number 1 and 3 I will not bother to show as they're the same. One thing you might notice is that I'm slightly over-dimensioning compared to what I said before, and that is because of kerf. Kerf is the inevitable amount of material lost to laser cutting. Now, it depends from machine to machine, but I've calculated select values for the machine that I'm using. As for the technicalities, you can see that I am making lines, each one 36.87 degrees apart from each other. While that presented a problem because it's not going to fit perfectly in 360 degrees, I still made sure to include all of the little circles, all 10 of them, even while sacrificing the size of teeth on one of them. That is because as long as it's not larger than what it is supposed to be, it being smaller does not matter. Remember, it's not the size that matters. It's how it's used. Once we have made all the components, we must import them to an assembly file. The assembly file works on a fitting process, and in this case, we use flash fit because it is smarter and knows what type of fitting you want to do without you having to specify it. The actual process of fitting is simple. You just click on the face of the imported material and where you want to attach it to, and it will do so. That's called a relationship. 3 or so relationships will cement the part into place. And sometimes, as you can see in this video, it kind of fucks up and creates a relationship that you don't want, which is much like me. And to get rid of this relationship, you have to do Ctrl-Z or delete the part and re-import it until you get what you want. Now, in real life, it doesn't work like that, but in Solid Edge, it works pretty fine. And once you do all of the steps over and over again, and once you click enough button, you will have made your first mechanism, or in this case, a fucking gearbox. Thank you.